Hi folks, welcome back to my horde. So this is the Kawasaki Mojave. I picked it up over the summer. It was a $375 Craigslist deal. And it still has the original tires on it. Dunlop's all four. Doesn't look like it has very many miles. I mean, the plastic, as you can see, is beautiful, right? The seat's beautiful, right? The lights are there, the brakes are there. Even had the toolkit in it that I had to take out. I'll put it back in, but I had to use to get the spark plug out because it's kind of close quarters, and it's hard to get the plug out if you don't have exactly the right tool to do it. So I gave you all. I mean, just look at that. Look at it. I mean, it's a very nice looking all-terrain vehicle. The alignment's even good. I mean, those front tires, there aren't that many miles on them. I mean, the back tires, but unfortunately, all that cosmetic goodness does not necessarily mean that the engine is any good. I won't talk about that in a moment. Once again, you just cosmetically look at this. I mean, complete. It has the key, paperwork, toolkit, OEM tires, the original tires on it. You know, at $375, you don't ask too many questions. You know, once again, I got the paperwork, so its ownership is solid. So you tend not to ask, you know, a load of questions because as you're kind of, it was a non-runner, because you could kind of see the problem and fix it in front of the person trying to sell it. And if it starts up, now, you know, there's kind of a, am I still going to get it for $375, right? So I just made sure it wasn't locked up, and it's not, right? Just gave it a quick, you know, once around, twice around, and I felt resistance through the Kickstarter, so I was figuring, you know, maybe it's got a spark issue or a carburetor issue or a little bit of both, you know. So obviously I paid the man his money and now I own it. You know, sometimes when you see stuff like this, when there's no hose on here, water could have got into the gas, right, which obviously doesn't help your engine run. So I'm really thinking carburation. So after discovering the only way to get that spark plug out was by using the original toolkit, I got the plug out. Here it is, as a matter of fact, with all those loose things. Once I got the plug out, I saw that it was a brand new plug, and I'm like, somebody's already been somebody's already been doing diagnostic work on this. Can't say the other word after trouble. So I put that away in the memory. As a matter of fact, there's the plug, right? Brand new plug, and never been run on that plug. I checked the spark, and sure enough, it has a spark. So, you know, my hopes of an easy fix on this thing are beginning to fade. I did a compression test on it, came in at 0. it doesn't have enough compression to set the pin in the gauge, though I do get a little bit of a reading, and then it kind of fades down, or actually fades down. So there's still a piston in there, and the piston is still moving up and down. What's next for this thing? I'm kind of looking at it, I'm scratching my head, and I'm thinking, how far do I want to get into this? This particular version, well, this bike, the unfortunate thing is, to do anything, to do any work on it, you like have to start taking off everything. I mean, front plastic, back plastic, gas tank, and that just gets it so that you could see the motor, right? Once I do that, then I could mess with the valves. That'll probably be video number 2. What I'll probably, given that I have no compression, what should be coming to everybody's mind is why. There appears to be a piston in there that's going up and down, so that brings me to valves. So next thing to do is check the valves, make sure they're not too tight, and then after that is the doing a cylinder leak down test. That's when you put air pressure in the spark plug, and you put it such that the cylinder is up and the valves are closed, because you can't say the words that go with TDC. Anyway, so you put it in that position, and you make sure you listen to where the air is coming out. You take out the oil plug right there, and you see if you hear air coming out of there, which means you have rings or a hole in the piston or something, and you listen to the intake if you have air coming out of there. Is it valves? Your timing correct? Or out the exhaust, once again, timing correct, or is it valves? I guess these things, I have the tiny little bit of research, really not a lot, not much at all. Research I've done seems to indicate that these things have rocker arm, frequently have rocker arm type problems. So when I check the valves for what's going on up there, we'll take a look. Anyhow, I was hoping for an easy fix on this, and I was really hoping for an easy fix so that I can export it to my son's house in Pennsylvania. He would really love this thing. He doesn't like exports that don't run. So I'm kind of stuck with it until it's running. It's not for sale yet, though if somebody made me an unbelievable offer, I might consider it. But at this point, it's not for sale. Because even for parts, right, I got a lot of plastics here. I got 4 good tires. The gas tank holds gas. It's just too much in parts. It's an easy $500-600 worth of parts, so it's not for sale. So anyway, this is part 1, where I guess I got the bad news that this is not an easy fix, that it looks like I'm going to be going into the motor, and it's just the question that still hasn't been answered. Am I going to go into the motor a little bit and get away with just messing with the valves, or am I going to go into the motor a lot, as in, completely taking it apart like I had to do with that one? Alright folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now folks.